Review for Violent Night with David Harbour and John Leguizamo and Beverly D'Angelo. So this is a Christmas movie. Came out last year. Been meaning to watch it. Finally checked it out, and I gotta say I enjoyed the movie. Thought it was pretty good actually. Um, So the synopsis is: when a group of mercenaries attack the estate of a wealthy family, Santa Claus must step in to save the day and Christmas. So the movie opens up with David Harbour dressed as Santa. I mean, spoilers. Well, not really, because it happens right away, but he is Santa. He literally is Santa. Like, I thought going into this, he was a guy who dressed up as Santa, like bad Santa, like for money. Literally is Santa. He's kind of depressed because he's kind of complaining that, people these days are very, everything's about the material world. These kids, they just want these video games, and he's kind of reminiscing about old times. He's in a bar, he's drinking, he drinks a lot, so he's kind of depressed. I really like the opening scene of him in the bar. I thought that was funny. And then another Santa Claus walks in the bar, starts drinking with him, pays for his tab, and then he leaves. He goes up on the roof. This lady, the bartender, she starts yelling at him, "Hey, you can't go up there." She's like, if you slip and hurt yourself, I get in trouble. And then he's taking off on his reindeer. And then she's like yelling at him. And I think she's like, "Oh my gosh, like a Christmas miracle." And then like he vomits on her. That was, I mean, it's pretty, crass humor, but I thought it was pretty funny the way it was done. Um, and then you cut to this very wealthy family. Beverly D'Angelo is the grandmother. And Alex Hassell is one of the sons, and Eddie Patterson is one of the daughters. They don't really get along. She has this boyfriend who's in the movie industry who's trying to get money out of Beverly D'Angelo to produce his movie. He's like an action star or something. And anyways, they have private security. They have a bunch of money. John Leguizamo and his gang come in and hold them hostage. That's basically the setup for the movie. He's delivering presents to multiple houses. He ends up going to that house, delivers presents, and he encounters some of Leguizamo's men and women. And there's some good action that occurs. Definitely, there's some good action. Unfortunately, there's some bad CGI blood. That just kind of comes with the territory now. That's just like what happens in movies. They don't really use, real squibs anymore, unfortunately. But I definitely liked it. I'm not a massive David Harbour guy, but I think he does a really good job. Maybe they could do a sequel. I think that would be cool. But yeah, liked it. Good cast. I like John Leguizamo. He does a good job. Um, it's got a nice look to it too. Very Christmassy, but the cinematography I thought was actually really good. The director, he's done other stuff I haven't seen. He did a movie called Dead Snow. The cinematographer of this shot that, so it looks like this is kind of his guy. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen any of his other movies. I heard Dead Snow 2 is good. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out, but overall, a pretty good movie. It's got a good heart to it, and David Harbour is really good in it. And so is the little girl too. She's really good. Really good kid actor, because that's always hit or miss, you know. But I'll get into spoilers now. So spoilers, definite spoilers. Now, a criticism of this movie is definitely this movie is Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2 smashed together. John McClane, though, is literally Santa Claus. That's what this movie is. They even mention Die Hard in the movie. He's like delivering presents, and I think he says something about a Die Hard Blu-ray. So it's definitely Die Hard 1 and 2, because he's trapped in this house like Die Hard. He's trapped in the building. There's a bunch of references to Die Hard, and it's Die Hard 2 because Beverly D'Angelo has private security. When they come and attack her, she's able to get into her panic room, and she flicks an alarm, which then calls in a basically like a private SWAT team to come in and rescue her. Now that's Die Hard 2, because the private SWAT team that comes to rescue her, spoilers, is actually working with John Leguizamo, just like in Die Hard 2 when they're working with the bad guys too. And there's other references. It's a little bit of Home Alone too. The little girl sees Home Alone. She really likes it. Part of the movie, she kind of sets up these traps. It goes after a couple of the bad guys with them. Pretty brutal stuff, actually. Much more brutal. Well, I think this movie's rated R, so that's probably why. But yeah, kind of a criticism of it, but overall, I thought it was enjoyable enough. Because it's kind of obvious too, like the extraction team. I don't know if they even give it away, maybe, but I'm like, I bet they're working with John Leguizamo, and they are. John Leguizamo is trying to get, it's like 300 or 500 million dollars that are in the bottom of the house in this safe, and it's in the safe, and just like in Die Hard 1, they're breaking into the safe, and John Leguizamo kind of like goes, oh, remember when we used to literally like hack it, break into it with like a drill, like in Die Hard, but they're breaking into it with a computer, and he's like, oh, this kind of lost something. So he's kind of like, oh, I wish this was more like Die Hard. But it is what it is. I like the movie, but yeah, they're breaking into the safe, and then I even kind of was like, I bet there's nothing in the safe, and there isn't, because one of the sons, he doesn't really like that his mom always has him run these errands, and he says he's getting in the middle between him and his wife, who's kind of like his ex-wife too. But then, like, why is she there with you during Christmas at like her in-laws' house, but she's your ex-wife? I didn't really get that part, like their whole why aren't they together thing. I was like, I don't know. It seemed like kind of manufactured drama that didn't need to be there. Like, just have them together, and like maybe she doesn't really like Beverly D'Angelo, because Beverly D'Angelo is kind of like a cutthroat lady who's not very nice. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like kind of cheap manufactured drama that didn't need to be there. But anyways, the son takes the money and he hides it, but he only hides it like outside of the house in like the I forget what it was, but it was like some Christmas set. Um and so, like, why does he even do that? I guess he's gonna take it when he leaves, and then he said he was gonna take it and never see her again, Beverly D'Angelo. So I don't know, a little bit of manufactured kind of drama. I felt like you don't really need that. You don't need the stuff between his wife and D'Angelo. So maybe you could cut some of that stuff, but um Yeah, overall, it's it is pretty. It's a pretty simple movie. For some reason, they make David Harbour in his past life was like a Viking, and then he became Santa Claus. But I was like, isn't Santa Claus based on Saint Nicholas, who wasn't a Viking? Like, he's actually like a real guy. Um, not that he delivered, was Santa, but he was a real, Saint Nicholas from, the I don't know, a couple hundred years um, during I think the Roman Empire was around then. So, but anyways, I was just like, okay, you made him a Viking, and he has this hammer that he remembers, and then he ends up getting a hammer, and pretty cool action scenes with him. But I was like, okay, so I guess they changed that. Now in his past life, he was a Viking, and but it does play into the action scenes, which are pretty cool. So, but overall, good movie. Check it out. John Leguizamo is really good. I kind of liked his backstory, and some good action scenes too. So hopefully they make a sequel, because I would check it out. So, but yeah, I think that's about it. If you've seen Violent Night, let me know if you enjoyed the movie, and if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be great. And I'll see you next time.